Alright guys, we are here for the final week of the PSBL Season 4, season. We are in the playoffs right now. There has been a battle already, but other than that, we'll just go through the week 12 real quick. These are all the battles right here. There were about 3 forfeits, 3 or 4 forfeits. So I think so. There should be 5 there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battles. So 4 forfeits. But anyway, anywho, we'll get started with this one where we have the Bouffalons taking on Solar Beams. Solar Beams, if they win a very good chunk, they have a very good chance of making it into the playoffs. And Bouffalons are already clinched playoffs, so this doesn't really mean too much for them. Oops, I've got to go who brought what. Infernape, Lantern, Landorus, Licky Licky, Cofagrigus, and Mega Sharpedo versus the Solar Beams, Hoopa Unbound, Magmar, Venomoth, Oricorio Pom Pom, Frostlass, and Azumarill. Where we have, oh my gosh, Venomoth and Oricorio Pom Pom versus Infernape and Landorus. Infernape goes for the Flare Blitz right off the bat, doing great damage to the Oricorio. Rock Slide unfortunately misses the Venomoth, but hits the Oricorio and killing it, and Venomoth goes for the Quiver Dance. Magmar comes out. Infernape goes for the Protect as he Follow Me. Sludge Bomb's not able to kill the Landorus, and Rock Slide brings the Venomoth down to its sash, and Magmar down to about 49%. Sludge Bomb kills the Infernape, as Earth Power kills the Venomoth with a critical hit, important. Sharpedo comes out, as so does Frostlass, making the switch into Lantern as a Follow Me Icy Wind slows down the Sharpedo, as well as the incoming Lantern. As now Magmar does not die to the crunch, and no the burn. Follow Me again as the Thunderbolt's not able to do a thing. Discharge still not able to take out the Magmar as the Speed Boost again. Decides to switch out into Landorus as the Follow Me Icy Wind, taking out the Landorus and also slowing down the Lantern one more time as the Discharge finally takes out the Magmar, as Frostlass is still at 67%. Cofagrigus comes out as well as Azumarill, switches out into Mega Sharpedo as a Shadow Ball does do pretty good damage to the Cofagrigus, as a Belly Drum to the Azumarill as well. Getting the Citrus Berry as well. Will-O-Wisp onto the Azumarill is able to burn it. As Sharpedo goes further, Protect does not want to get Icy Wind or Thunderbolted. Liquidation is able to kill the Cofagrigus as we see Mummy on the Azumarill. Speed Boost yet again, as he goes Licky Licky, decides to switch out into Lantern, predicting a Liquidation, as Crunch is able to take out the Frostlass as Play Rough takes out the Sharpedo, leaving it at 2 versus 2. Hoopa comes out as well as Licky Licky, goes for the Protect, as we see the Ally switch, which boosts up the speed, which honestly doesn't matter too much. As we see Discharge trying to slow them down, not able to kill the Azumarill unfortunately, but it does live on 10%. Lantern goes for their Protect put out, however it is Hyperspace Fury, takes out the Lantern even through the Protect, as Liquidation not able to do a whole lot as Azumarill finally does dies. Knockoff does 32% to the Hoopa. Hyperspace Fury goes down to -2. Knockoff still not able to kill as Hyperspace Fury is able to take out the Licky Licky, allowing Lander Solar Beams to pick up the win and maybe even playoffs. Kid Icarus versus Sierra. It is the Gligar versus the Tauros. Tauros brought Pelipper, Kabutops, Galvantula, Hariyama, Genesect, and Tornadus T versus Gyarados, Mega Gyarados, Mamoswine, Thundurus, Alakazam, Slaking, and the great almighty Scizor. Anyway, let's get started to this. We have Thundurus and Scizor taking on Hariyama and the Galvantula. Goes for a Fake Out on the Thundurus, doesn't want the Thundurus doing anything. Thunder unfortunately misses the Scizor, and a knockoff onto the Hariyama gets rid of the Assault Vest, but it doesn't really matter too much in my opinion. Switches out into Pelipper, trying to get the rain up, but unfortunately he did not. Thunder is able to take out the Thundurus, while we see the Life Orb and the Galvantula as well. Knockoff brings the Galvantula down to 5%, as we the Mamoswine come out, go for the Rock Slide, not able to kill the Mamoswine, as we see Mamoswine is in fact Scarf. Knockoff gets rid of the Damp Rock on Pelipper. We see that he did bring the wrong ability. Kabutops comes out now, switches out into Gyarados, and a switch out into Hariyama as well. Bullet Punch does a great amount of damage as we see the Z move on the Kabutops onto the Gyarados, taking it out in one shot, even at -1 attack. As Alakazam comes out, goes for the Protect, as we see Fake Out and a Bullet Punch onto the Hariyama, taking it out, as we also see a knockoff onto the Hariyama. Tornadus comes out as well, goes for the U-turn, bringing the Alakazam down to its stash, switches out into Pelipper as a knockoff gets rid of the Alakazam, as knockoff gets rid of the Pelipper, leaving it at 3 versus 3. Slaking comes out as well as Genesect, and we see Genesect go for the Protect as we have a Z move on the Slaking onto the Genesect, doing great amount of damage even through the Protect, as Superpower is not able to take out the Scizor, but Scizor goes for the knockoff on Genesect as well. Truant again, as we see Bullet Punch onto the Kabutops, not able to take it out as Flamethrower takes out the Scizor. And we see Superpower only do 34% because of the half attack. Mamoswine comes out yet again. Genesect goes for the Protect as a knockoff onto the Genesect, and Giga Impact takes out the Kabutops, leaving it a 2 versus 2. Knockoff again, not able to kill the Genesect as we see Superpower onto the Mamoswine, able to hurt it a lot as Slaking recharges, goes for the Technoblast, takes it out, so goes for the Sucker Punch trying to save differential, which he does, and Slaking does go down, leaving Kid Icarus out of the playoff spot, and Zero now finishes with 11-1 record. Next up, we have Lucy Goosey versus Byron on the Magmitans versus the Registealers. Registealers brought Tapu Bulu, Mega Blastoise, Raichu, Nidoqueen, Rayonaclus, and Scrafty versus Pikachu, Tapu Koko, Moltres, Politoed, Amoonguss, and Crocodile. Both these teams, doesn't really matter if they fight or not. Byron is in the playoffs and Lucy is not. But anyway, we have Crocodile taking on the Moltres versus Raichu and Rayonaclus. Rayonaclus decides to switch out, does not want to take a crunch from the Crocodile. I mean, who does? Moltres goes for the Protect as Signal Beam onto the Crocodile, not gonna, well, actually does do quite a bit, as the knockoff does get rid of the Salt Vest from the Scrafty. Tapu Koko comes in as well as Amoonguss, as we see Encore. I think that was a very good play. Stone Edge not going to do a whole lot, but switches out into Nidoqueen on the U-turn, trying to get the poison point, and it does not. However, we do see the Life Orb on the Koko. Hidden Power does bring the Pikachu down to 1%, however, it was dashed, so that doesn't really matter. As we see Signal Beam goes for the Endeavor, which is a very nice bring, as Ice Beam as well brings the Amoonguss down to 24, as you see the Papa Berry bring it back up to 74, as you see the another Rage Powder, as we also see another Endeavor. This time Ice Beam will kill the Amoonguss, leaving it a 5 versus 6. Crocodile does come in and really loves this matchup no matter what. As we see the Moltres, however, it does die to the Signal Beam, as Sludge Bomb does 51 to the Moltres. Tapu Koko comes out yet again, goes for the U-turn, taking out the Raichu, as now switches out into Politoed, getting the Rain up as well for the Hurricane to take out the Nidoqueen, tying it up at 4 apiece. Scrafty comes out yet again, getting the attack drop, but it doesn't really matter, for the Fake Out, as well as a Water Pulse onto the Moltres will be able to take it out. I know I just spoiled it for you guys, but Burn does hit the Scrafty from the Scald from the Politoed and even crits it. Pikachu comes out, tries to go for the Fake Out, but he faked out the wrong one, unfortunately, as Scrafty does live on 3% from the Scald, which was a very nice play by Byron. And now Koko comes out, switches out into Bulu, fearing the Thunder move on it, or Thunder move. Discharge, which does protect Politoed, only does 16 to Bulu, but does get the Paralyze. As we see, Rayoniclus go for the Trick Room, and for that, he will be able to pick up the win. As Coco decides to go for the Protect, goes for the Psychic. Not going to do a whole lot, but because of the Paralyze, Bulu is now faster in Trick Room and is able to take out the Politoed in one hit. And that just leaves Coco wide open for a Psychic. And, well, Discharge does go out, but it obviously does not matter. It is a 3-0 victory as Life Orb takes out its Coco. Now we have the Rapidash taking on Polly. Polly needs the 5-0 or better, and he will win. He will make it into playoffs. He has the 5-0 or better. He cannot 4-0 at all. Anyway, Rapidashes are Darkrai, Beedrill, Snorlax, Dragalge, Hoopa, and Blacephalon versus Mega Manectric, Conkeldurr, Ditto, Araquanid, Registeel, and Mandibuzz. We have Hoopas and Mega Beedrill starting off against Conkeldurr and the Mega Manectric. Goes for the Mega Evolution, gets the Intimidate drop, which is very nice, as Drill Run is not going to be able to kill. A Volt Switch is not able to kill either, but two very fragile Mons live a hit, very powerful hit. However, Psychic is able to take out the Conkeldurr, and Ditto comes out, so Polly cannot lose one more Mon. He has to destroy the rest of his team. X-Scissor is not able to heal the Snorlax, as Aerial Ace is not able to kill the Ditto, lives on 25%. Ditto switches out into Registeel, and Snorlax lives a foul play. Draco Meteor onto the Registeel, not going to do a whole lot, actually does more than I thought. As we see Polarizing Pancake, I love it so much. The 61 to Mandibuzz, not able to kill, however. Hoopa comes out yet again, as we see a Roost on the Mandibuzz. Earthquake is able to take out the Snorlax, and hits the Hoopa as well. Blacephalon comes out, and so does Darkrai, as well as Araquanid too. Heatwave does do a decent amount to the Mandibuzz, but not able to kill, as Foul Play doesn't do a lot to Darkrai at all. Switches out into Dragalge as a Hypnosis onto the Araquanid, Roost onto the Mandibuzz, and that is the end of turn 6 already, as we see Bad Dreams on the Araquanid. Hidden Power is not able to take out the Araquanid, as we see Toxic on the Darkrai, and Thunderbolt on the Dragalge, onto the Mandibuzz. Liquidation is able to destroy the Darkrai, as we have a 5 versus 3. Blacephalon comes out, goes for the Taunt. Very nice play, as he can't go for Roost, and Thunderbolt's able to take out the Mandibuzz, and unfortunately that means Polly's not able to make playoffs, as Liquidation takes out the Blacephalon. Hoopa comes out yet again, as well as Ditto. Goes for the Draco Meteor, able to kill the Dragalge. And Hoopa goes with the Thunderbolt, not able to take out the Araquanid, and Liquidation takes out the Hoopa. And then we'll go to the last one. The Infernape's taking on the Magikarps. Magikarps win, and they are in. They lose, the Solar Beams are in. The most important battle of this season, where we have Naganadel, Charizard, Ambipom, Mega Pidgeot, Ferrothorn, and Rotom Wash versus Dragonite, Heatran, Mr. Mime, Lucario, Sceptile, Mega Sceptile, and Bronzong. Bronzong and Heatran start off against Rotom and Mega Pidgeot. Mega Evolution turn 1, as we see a Protect on the Heatran, goes for the U-turn on Bronzong, switches out into Naganadel, as Hydro Pump's not going to be able to do a thing. We see Trick Room on the Bronzong and Sunny Day as well the very next turn. Not able to kill the Rotom, goes for the Hydro Pump, only does 34% because of the sun. However, Hidden Power Ground takes out the Heatran, as we see Life Orb on the Naganadel, boosting its speed, which is very unfortunate in Trick Room. Dragonite comes out, as Gyro Ball's not able to kill the Naganadel. Dragon Claw is actually slower than Rotom, which I was not see coming, as Dragon Balls does 50, even behind the multi-scale. Goes for the Gyro Ball, which I'm very surprised Ambipom did not go for the Fake Out on the Dragonite, losing both Ambipom and Naganadel on the same turn. Gyro Ball is not able to kill the Dragonite, and does about a quarter to the Charizard. Dragon Claw is able to take it out, as Trick Room does end. Pidgeot comes out, as well as Mr. Mime goes for the Heat Wave. Bronzong is able to live and go for the Gyro Ball, not able to kill, as we see Leech Seed on the Mr. Mime. Protecting on the Ferrothorn as well as a wide guard and Mr. Mime. Heatwave not able to take out any of them as we see Garball take out the Pidgeot, leaving it a 5 versus 1 for the playoffs. We see Hidden Power Fire on the Mr. Mime as well as Sunny Day and Leech Seed as well, getting back the health that he needs for this match. However, the Wiki Berry as well as the Guava Berry are shown. Switched it out into Mega Sceptile with Hidden Power Fire to 66% this time because of the sun, as we see Toxic on the Mr. Mime. Doing its thing, leaving it at 55%. Mega Sceptile, Mega Evolution goes for the Hidden Power Fire as well. Ferrothorn is trying to stay alive. I would be too if I was trying to get playoffs, but unfortunately it is just too much because Mega Sceptile also has Hidden Power Fire, able to take it out, and Mr. Mime would have gone from Hidden Power Fire as well. But anyway, oh, that's my homework. You don't need to see that. Anyway, we'll go to the, well, actually, we don't need to go to the standings anymore. But we have the round 1. We'll go after that in a second. I did mess up on the Mons of the Week this time. Dragonite is supposed to be right there, but instead it's Tornadus. Tornadus and Hoopa for third. Dragonite, I was lazy, is tied for first with Araquanid, so I do apologize to that Omega. I hope you can forgive me. Next up, we have the Pick'em standings for the final week of the season. This also includes the latest battle of the week. You guys can take a look at it. I'm not going to go over it again. Next up, we have the league leaders. These are the final league leaders, and I do want to emphasize the Genesect and the Arcanine. They are our offensive and defensive MVP. Congratulations to them. Anyway, these are the top 10. I'm not going to go over it because it doesn't really matter because this is not going to change. You guys can take a look at it in the documents or just take a screenshot right now. I do want to say that Araquanid came out of nowhere. It was at 9 kills last week, but now at 12 kills, taking out the Goodra, which Tauros would have had 3 in the top 10, which would have been amazing. Excuse me, as I had a burp. But still, this is a very good showing. And we're going to go up to the playoff picture right now. Round number 1, we have the Tauros versus the Bluefont. The first time that we faced against each other, the Tauros was able to win 2-0, I believe it was, because I was not able to kill the Hariyama at all. I remember that. But anyway, the Tauros was able to come out with a win. For this one, I did pick the Bluefalons. I still got to represent myself. Hopefully, I can be able to win. This was the match that already happened, so I actually already know who won, but I'll save that for later. Next up, we have the Infernape versus the Wall Breakers. The Wall Breakers was the surprise victor on this one, beating the Infernape. I think he was the first one to beat the Infernape, if not the second. But anyway, I do look for revenge on the Infernape. I do think that the Infernape are going to be able to win this one. Next up are the Kartanas versus Solar Beams, and I do believe this was the first matchup the Solar Beams had, and he lost. So he's looking for revenge on this one. I don't think he's going to get it. I do pick the Kartanas to win this one. Next up is the Registealers and the Wild Meowths. These two have not faced against each other. The Wild Meowths came in after these two teams faced against each other. However, I do still pick the Registealers to pick this one. But this one's going to be a very good battle indeed. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and have a good one. As I click.